The final whistle has blown, but the most important conversation is just getting started. Welcome to the locker room, where the conversations we need most meet the truths we avoid, where the game ends and real life begins. I'm Primetime. Pull up a seat. Let's step into the locker room. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. This is Primetime. I am your host of the locker room. And today I wanted to talk to everyone about something very simple, something very easy. Let me turn my camera on first. Something simple, something very easy to discuss. And I think it'll be very engaging for everybody. And so, what I want to do here is I want to be able to uh, have this conversation. And so, the topic of discussion today is is success worth losing yourself? So, everyone wants success. Few people ask what it costs. Let's stop right there and let's just look at that. So, everyone wants success, but only few people ask what it costs. What does success look like for you? And what are you willing to sacrifice and give for success? Man, that's deep, right? Because we all have opportunities that present itself that will allow us to become successful in the long run. Success is not something that's going to happen overnight. Now, granted, there may be some people in this world that may be born into a wealthy family and they may be handed success or wealth overnight, but is that success actually earned by that person born into that kind of family, or did they actually earn their success themselves? So some of the things we're going to talk about when success is, when success is worth losing yourself, or is success worth losing yourself? Is the better way to phrase that is, money versus fulfillment, right? You got to have that work life balance. You got to talk about burnout. You got to talk about ambition. You got to define success on your own terms and what that looks like, right? And so we have to see here, in a sense, is okay. Again, first, let's define what success looks like for ourselves, right? And so, success for everyone, it means something completely different. And what I want to do is I want to come with a factual definition of what success is. And I'm going to pull up my notes here because I have the definition that I wanted to use, and then we're going to talk about that, and then we can kind of define that in the comments, in the chat, however you want to do that, and we'll just talk about it, like I said, right? But success is the achievement of a desired goal or purpose. It means accomplishing what you set out to do, whether in your career, relationships, education, health, or personal growth. Success can also be defined as personal success, right? You have the personal success being defined as uh, living according to your values. You have personal success being defined as finding fulfillment and happiness. You have professional success, which again is achieving your career goals, recognition, or financial stability. Then you have academic success, is reaching academic objectives through learning and performance, right? And so a part of that goal there is success is ultimately subjective. Like I said before, success is different for every person. For one person, it may be wealth and fame. For the next person, it may be, good health, strong relationships, inner peace, or making a positive impact in someone's life. So, what does success look like for you? For me, I want to focus my success on peace, happiness. I want to focus my success on, like a happy family, and just spending a lot of time with my family and enjoying life. That is what success looks like for me. And that's just personal for me. That is what my personal success will look like, is spending time with my family, enjoying life, being happy, making a positive impact in the lives of others. But what does that look like for you? Right. And again, it can mean something completely different for everybody, but success is different from person to person. And this is a question that you have to ask yourself, is success worth losing yourself? Right. We talked about like those money versus um money versus fulfillment, right? So again, would you rather have the money or would you rather have fulfillment? Which one weighs more to you? It's a personal question. Money meaning like you can pay your bills, you can do pretty much whatever you need to do in order to live a pretty happy lifestyle, or happy lifestyle, the American dream, right? Or fulfillment meaning, man, I've accomplished this goal, I've done this, I've done that, and you accomplish so much that your accolades start to uh, outweigh more or less the money that you may be bringing in. And so, would that, you know, money be better for you, or would fulfillment be better for you? What does work life balance look like for you? And so I asked that question because that's a good question to ask, is what does the work life balance look like for you? For me, work life balance is looking more or less like having that time for work, specifically for work. No distractions, nothing else. You're at work. But once you're off for work, you're off work. Spend time with your family, have fun, do what you need to do. And if your job calls or whatever it may be, it's up to you to choose to answer the phone or not. But they can leave a voicemail and they can figure something else out from there. The other thing too is that you are all granted, most likely granted, PTO or some kind of off days with work, right? Take your off days. Take the time off you need to spend with family, to enjoy life. Do what's going to be best for you in that kind of situation. Don't always let a job stress you out. Sometimes one of the biggest things that I've always been told is that if you have a career, no, if you have a job that doesn't feel like a job, then that's, your career, pretty much paraphrasing that. But you guys get the point there. Is find something you enjoy doing. Be happy doing the jobs that you are set out to be. And if you're having fun and you're laughing during that time frame, then you must enjoy what you're doing at work. What does burnout look like to you? That is a great question because for me, I do a lot of different things, right? I work full time. I have a men's pro basketball team, a development team to that pro basketball team for the men. I have a women's pro basketball team. Then I have in the works a youth travel basketball team as well. And then from there, we have the opportunity to do different media stuff. We have the opportunity to do our own merchandise, different things like that. On top of that, we do have, for me, I do have times where I have to go do some networking, get out in the community. I have to still spend, time with my family. I jump on YouTube here and, do these podcasts. Needless to say, the amount of stuff that I do, if I don't take the breaks and the time that I need for myself, I'm going to start to experience burnout. And burnout can look differently for everybody. And what I mean by that is that burnout can start to mean that you're fatigued, that your mental health starts being attacked. Burnout can mean that you're not being yourself anymore. Burnout can mean that you're quickly attacking people instead of listening. You're regressing instead of progressing, and you have to kind of figure out, again, back to that work life balance. What does that look like for you? Right? You have to look at how, when you work so much, that you forget what life truly is and what you're supposed to be enjoying. But there's somebody that's out there that's going to watch this video and they need to hear what is being said. Take those sick days, take that PTO, take those days off, and spend that time with your family. Spend that time for yourself. Find a positive stress reliever that's going to help you relax and feel happy and feel at peace. See, for me, it's easy to find a positive stress reliever because I enjoy so many different things. I enjoy being out in nature. I enjoy taking photos. I enjoy playing sports. I enjoy trying to go to the gym and work out. Those are my positive stress relievers. But I'm going to challenge you guys to find at least 5 different stress relievers that are positive, that's going to help you not experience burnout. You guys have ambition. You got to have that ambition when you're talking about success. What's your ambition to keep going? When you're starting to feel that burnout, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? What keeps you hype? Right? Again, take some notes. We said this already, but define what success looks like to you, and then define if money is going to be more important than fulfillment. How's your work life balance? What does burnout look like? What are you going to do when you start to experience that burnout? And then from there, I challenge you to find that why. Why did you start doing what you have begun to do to set yourself up to become successful? Are you truly losing yourself to become successful? Are you working for someone else that will potentially hold you back from accomplishing the goals that you originally set out to be? Now, I'm going to ask you this hard question. But before I ask you this hard question, I'm going to put this poll up here on the screen. And I want you guys to be honest with yourself. Is success worth losing yourself? So what I'm asking you, right, is, and this here is, if you say yes, why? If you say no, why? If you say depends, why? Explain that answer. And I'm gonna leave that poll up here for you guys to think about and to let it just kind of sit there for you, right? And the real hard question that I want to ask you guys today is, what are you willing? Sorry, let me rephrase this question. What are you unwilling to sacrifice to become successful? Create that list. What is so important to you that you're unwilling to sacrifice and lose to become successful? You have your goals to academically achieve what you need to achieve. You have goals to become wealthy. You have goals to be happy, to have inner peace, to make a difference in this world. But how are you going to reach those goals and call yourself successful? What are you unwilling to sacrifice to become successful? And see, that's a hard question that we all have to ask ourselves and that we need to answer. Because at the end of the day, we all don't have the answer to every question out here. See, we stepped inside this locker room to talk about the conversations we need to have and not to avoid the truth. Enjoy this life while you have it because it's not promised for tomorrow. Take that time, enjoy your life, learn something new, perfect a craft, do something small. See, I listened to this video of a Navy admiral, and he said the first thing that he did every morning was made his bed. And if he didn't accomplish anything else in that day, at least he accomplished one thing. And that was that he got to go home to a made bed at the end of the day. See, now, make a list. What do you want to accomplish that day? You can even make it a title as my success list. What does that look like for you? But a part of that success list, what are you unwilling to sacrifice to become successful? First and foremost, and this is one for me, I'm speaking to myself here. We definitely should not be sacrificing our families. Our families are our support. Granted, I get we all grew up in different situations and our families look a lot different, but your families are going to be there through the good times and through the bad times. Lean on your family while you still have them. That's the crazy part. Let's get to some real talk here, right? So, share moments where chasing success has almost cost you the people you love, right? Your marriage, your family, your health, your faith, your peace. So, share moments where chasing success almost cost you your family, your marriage, your health, your faith, your peace. See, for me, I think that this it speaks to me personally, right? Because I chase success almost every day. But see, the thing is that success will cost you these things: your family, your faith, your health, your marriage, your peace, because you're so caught up in trying to please everyone. You're so caught up in trying to work so much. You're so caught up in trying to bring in an extra dollar. I get it. Times are hard. Everything's starting to rise up. It costs money to buy things. But you got to trust that things will be provided in the right time. We will freak out and we will go through different things in order to be successful, but we don't want to trust the proper timing. We want to rush things. Man, I don't know how many times where I'm like, man, we need money. Let me find a way to make a quick dollar. Oh, let me go out and try to Uber. Oh, let me go try and DoorDash. Oh, let me go try to do this. Oh, let me go and try to do that. Then it dawns on me that, oh, snaps, I had to do this today. Oh, I had to do that. Oh, I need to call this person. Oh, I need to call that person. And they're like, man, you forgot about me. And then what's crazy is, on top of me trying to get a quick fix to make extra money fast, you start to see the anger build up. You start to see the conversations that we have with people start to become a lot different. Like, you can be the coolest person with someone, and they may say something that only may be intended as a joke. And it's because of the tone or the way it came across, or the moment that it came across, the timing it has came across, that it just triggers something in you and you just explode on that person. And be like, damn, I don't want to talk to you no more. But what are you willing? What are you unwilling to sacrifice for success? Write down some moments where you were chasing success and it cost you, or almost cost you, your family, your marriage, your health, your faith, your peace. Your peace is everything. I'm speaking to myself here yet again. Your peace is everything. You can't let your health, your peace, your family, your marriage, your faith be taken because someone's inconsiderate of how you feel, because your job was unprepared with bringing in new employees, so they want to work you extra hours, and then you get worked to death, and then the next person, oh, that person called out, and then he called out again, and then he called out again, and becomes a repeated pattern, that person calling out. But after how much time does that person call out, then do they get terminated, right? We see a repeated pattern almost. But because you're so reliable and so trustworthy, they want to abuse that and keep asking you, and you'll be the first person they call up, say, hey, can you come into work? This person called out, hey, can you come into work? We got an audit. Hey, can you come into work? This just came up. Hey, can you come into work? We got to unload the trucks. But if they knew and they were equally as prepared, they would have the amount of people they need to cover those shifts. But you always got to have a backup plan. Always need that backup plan. Right? And when we look at a backup plan, it means that for you, when you're chasing your success, what happens when your plan A fails? What happens when your plan B fails? What happens when your plan C fails? What are you going to do? Are you going to fold under pressure, or are you going to get up and keep trying and keep going after what you want? Are you going to be that go getter? What are you doing to achieve that success? And so I ask you again, is success worth losing yourself? See, success isn't success if it costs the people you love. I want you guys to listen to that, right? Success isn't success if it costs the people you love. Wow. You guys have families. You guys have spouses. You guys may have children. But success isn't success if it costs the people you love. So why put them on a chopping block for your success? And again, what are you unwilling to sacrifice for that success? I want to leave you guys with a challenge. And that challenge that I want to leave you with is for you, take your time with this one. Take your time with this one. But this needs to be left in the locker room. We stepped inside the locker room. So whatever you write down, whatever you say inside this locker room, it stays here in the locker room. So leave it all here in the locker room. And then when we walk out the locker room, make sure you got your A game on. Make sure you put your best foot forward. But this challenge that I'm leaving you guys and girls with today is write down 5 non-negotiables. Meaning write down 5 things that are non-negotiable towards your success. Like, again, it goes back to that question, what are you unwilling to sacrifice? Write down those 5 non-negotiables. There's 5 of them. If you got more, write down whatever you have, write it down. And keep that at the front of your brain, the front of your book, the front of your mind. These are the 5 things that I am unwilling to sacrifice as non-negotiable. Here are the 10 things that I'm unwilling to sacrifice. They're non-negotiable. And then again, right? You can't call it success if you're sacrificing the people that you love. So think about it. Is your success worth losing yourself? Remember the one question that are not even question, one statement that I started with in the beginning. Everyone wants success, but few are willing to ask, what does it cost? What does success cost to you? Are you willing to give up your personal life for your success? Are you willing to give up your career for success? Are you willing to give up your ambition for success? Are you willing to give up the money for success? Are you willing to give up your family for success? Are you willing to give up a happy lifestyle for success? And again, everyone has success. It just looks different from person to person. Again, we talked about the definition of success, right? And how success is the achievement of a desired goal. See, success, right? Like we said earlier, is whatever you set out to be or do. That success for you is different for you than it is for me. See, we said earlier as well, success is subjective, and that success differs from person to person. We talked about the wealth and the fame aspect of success. We talked about health, relationships, inner peace, and making a positive impact on others. Ultimately, too, when you look at success, you can't be successful if you're holding grudges with people. You can't be successful if you're constantly getting upset. So I'm challenging you all to write down what success looks like for you. Ask yourself this question: is success worth losing yourself? Then I want you all to look at success, right? And ask yourself this hard question: what are you unwilling to sacrifice to become successful? Look at the work-life balance. Look at burnouts. Look at ambition. Look at money versus fulfillment. We talked about all of this, right? Look at family, your marriage. Look at your peace, your health, your faith, and write it all down. Those five non-negotiables, and keep that at the front of the front of your brain and the front of your book, because success is only going to be up to you as the person. And with that being said, I want you guys really to just reflect on this question of, is success worth losing yourself over? Because it is a good question that you have to ask yourself, right? Now remember, every one of us is fighting a battle. Someone else can't see that battle. Keep showing up, keep asking the hard questions, keep having the conversations that matter most, because the strongest people are the ones who avoid the truth. They're the ones willing to face it. We'll see you next time inside the locker room.